Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard. Happy Halloween. It is Halloween night, and I'm going to give you my top 5 suggestions to watch a thriller, a horror film after you give out candy, after you have your little party. If you want to watch something really cool, I have some suggestions. You may have seen them, may have not, but check them out. And some on the list that I saw for the first time this year, and I was blown away. So let's start off with number 5, Alone in the Dark. Now, Alone in the Dark, it was from 1982, and it stars Donald Pleasence and Jack Palance about these escaped mental patients that are terrorizing a family. And I found out it's like one of the original slasher films. So this is the granddaddy of all slasher films, kind of where it all began. And I have seen this video box cover my entire life. I mean, I used to own 5 video stores, and I always saw Alone in the Dark. I mean, I just remember that cover of that VHS cassette. But I never saw the movie. I didn't. And it was on Turner Classic Movies this month. And I was like, wow, cheesy, but very effective. You know, Jack Palance and Donald Pleasence and all the psychos that escape. You know, it was, what's his name from Tucker? From North by Northwest. Look at this. I'm already forgetting what his name is. He won the Academy Award for playing Bela Lugosi in Ed Wood. I know. Martin Landau. I'll get it. I'm sorry. I'm hopped up on sugar tonight. I'm eating every Butterfinger and Reese's that we have in the house before the kids arrive. So this is a really kind of effective slasher film that's got some really good performances in it. I was really surprised how disgusting it was and how thrilling it was. Alone in the Dark. If you haven't seen it, see where it all began with slasher films from 1982. Coming in at number 4 is a movie that gave me such nightmares that I literally went to see a psychiatrist, when I was in kindergarten. I was living in Reno at the time, and Night of the Living Dead came on television, and my sister put me in front of the TV, and to this day, I have nightmares about zombies. That's why I have a fascination with zombies, with The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and just every kind of zombie movie, the original movies, Day of the Dead, and the famous, Dawn of the Dead with the mall, and it's just, I got to meet George Romero one time. It's just, so I have been obsessed with zombies my entire life. But going back to the original, for the 50th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead, Fathom Events was showing it in the theater. I missed it. I couldn't see it, but I haven't seen the movie in years, but I'm going to probably watch it tonight. That's on my short list. But if you haven't seen, again, where it all began with George Romero's classic, They're Coming to Get You, Barbara, Night of the Living Dead holds up even after 50 years. Coming at number 3 is The Apostle. It's on Netflix. It's a British horror film. I don't know what the hell this thing is, folks. I mean, it is one of the most disgusting, disturbing films I have ever seen. And that was the taglines when I was doing some research on, what to watch for Halloween on Netflix. This movie kept coming up over and over on people's lists. So I thought, all right, I'll sit down and watch it. And it stars Michael Sheen and Dan Stevens. And I think it's like 1850s, 1880s, something like that. And they go on this commune goes to this island where they start, I can't even explain this movie. It's so bizarre. They have this demon that they have to appease. I know, isn't this, it's just so strange. I mean, I've watched this thing and I'm like, what the hell is going on? It is the most bloody, disgusting film, but it just really messes with your senses. So I don't know, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to give any spoilers here, but it's called The Apostle. It's on Netflix. Watch it and come back and comment on it, because what the hell was going on? All I know is that it was one messed up film. Coming at number 2 is a movie I'm really embarrassed that I did not see until recently, like in the last few weeks. It's Trick or Treat from 2007. I was at Universal Studios Hollywood Horror Nights, where they dedicated an entire haunted house to Trick or Treat. Now, I've seen the video cover, I've heard of it, but I really didn't know what it was about. And it's an anthology of all these different Halloween stories, kind of like a creep show kind of movie, where you have all these different events happening in this small town. And it's comedic, it's horrific, it's got incredible production values. I love the costumes and all the jack-o'-lanterns, and it's got some really great stories in it. And going through the haunted house at Universal Studios, I saw it afterwards. So I'm walking through the house going, and my best friend was with me, and he was like, this is one of my favorite movies. He was going crazy for the house. And I was kind of like, this is pretty cool, but I got to see the movie. And I did. And what's his name who directed it? Anthony Saris? Am I saying his name right? What a great eye. And also Bryan Singer was an executive producer. So I think this movie just came and went. It's a cult favorite. People just go crazy for this movie. And you can add my name to the list too. Trick or Treat is a classic. And my number 1 pick for Halloween for 2018 for you to watch is a movie that I rarely see movies twice in the theater, but I went back to see this again because this movie not only blew me away cinematically, story-wise, horrific-wise, but it's from a first-time director, Ari, I'm going to get his name right here, Ari Aster. It's called Hereditary. And it's just a haunted house movie. And it's just probably one of the most incredible haunted house movies I've ever seen. You have this family that's going through this tragedy of losing their children and losing loved ones. So you don't know if it's a ghost story. You don't know if it's about demons. You don't know if it's in their imagination. This movie just keeps you guessing constantly while just giving you some of the most horrific cinematic images that I haven't seen it in forever. I mean, I've never seen anything like this movie. I went back to see it twice, and seeing it a second time in the theater, I caught so much foreshadowing. I caught so much that the director was showing you before something happened. Only if you've seen it once, it's just pure genius. And coming from a first-time director, it's unheard of that this guy has such talent. I mean, he's the guy to watch. Hereditary is just chilling to the bone. So if you haven't seen it, just came out on DVD, on demand. You know, you got to watch it. It will make your Halloween that much more scary. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Make sure you check me out on social media, Facebook, Instagram. I don't do Snapchat anymore. It's just too... what was the other one I meant? Twitter. Forgot to say Twitter. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you comment below, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. What did you think of my picks? Did you agree with them? Did you disagree? Is there something I left off? There's always something I left off. But I went over this list. You know, I kept crossing things and adding things, so I'm pretty happy with my choices for 2018. I'm Jeffrey Goward in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me as I lose my voice. Happy Halloween.